throw out the handbook of etiquette.
Yes.
And live life today. Good morning, guys. Oh wait, are we not saying good morning?
You can.
Okay, top of the morning to you folks. Welcome to day 2 of Christmas season in the Frey house.
Peter!
I'm just saying, like, it is.
Yeah.
Don't fight it.
Well, you had some delightful music on, like, like classy coffee shop.
That's what it was. It was like, it was
instrumental music.
YouTube knew to recommend it to me today on day 2 of Christmas season because by Christmas season, I mean, we started listening to Christmas music yesterday and we drank out of our Christmas mugs yesterday, about 5 days early. And
we decided to go for it because our hearts were yearning for the Christmas spirit, and we thought, you don't know, maybe November 1st we aren't going to be feeling it. So if you feel it a few days early, go for it. We learned that through Life with Cystic Fibrosis.
We have learned that through the years. I think of one. Okay, before I tell that story, Mary is putting a chicken carcass in the Instapot because she just roasted the chicken, and I'm getting ready to make a salad. And look at that crispy skin. I'm gonna use this chicken breast and make a salad with chicken. Your story now. But I think of what stands out to me is the 4th of July, 2019, I think. 4th of July 2019.
When we were gonna do the parade and then I went in the hospital.
We're gonna do the boat parade at the lake.
We got decorations and everything.
We bought the decorations like a year ahead of time because we wanted to be ready for the 4th of July. And we get a call from her team. She was on IV antibiotics. Her team said, you need to come into the hospital.
I think my blood sugar was... No,
not your blood sugar. Your blood counts. like her...
my whites were dropping too low.
And her neutrophil count. Anyways, they needed to monitor her in the hospital, and that stands out to me. Also, the Christmas, it was probably Christmas 2017, or maybe 2016. Christmas 2016. I think we spent like the whole month of December in the hospital, and we made Christmas. We decorated that hospital room. Well, she got out December 23rd, I think. And we had a quiet Christmas at home. That year we really, there was like that feeling of missing out on decorating the house. We had decorated the house and a little bit, and we weren't home for that. And
like driving by festive lights and all that, I felt like, wow, I kind of missed out. But we didn't miss out on the festive explosion that was my hospital room. Yeah,
we didn't miss out on what Christmas season was supposed to be for us that year. All that to say, before you go hating on us for listening to Christmas music early, just think of us in the hospital.
Just think of my desperate times. I was really sick.
But I say that jokingly, but I actually mean it for real, in the sense that we just learned to embrace, like, throw out the handbook of etiquette.
Yes.
And live life today, because you don't know what tomorrow looks like.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about this morning. Yes. So what is happening here? I'm just curious.
That's the liquid, the broth. So on the bottom is the broth.
Okay.
And on the top is the fat.
Do you let it solidify and then, or how do you get or do you use like a baster and get it out?
One thing you can do, what I was thinking of doing, is using this with 2 tablespoons of flour.
Oh, making gravy.
To make a gravy. So you'd use the fat as the beginning of the roux, and then the broth. You'd need more broth than that, but.
So you're saying like we could have chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy for dinner?
And corn.
Oh All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I can't think straight after having that revelation. Okay, but have you ever heard of what's a fat separator?
Yeah. So it's like...
Phone down.
It's like this plastic pitcher.
Okay.
When you tilt this,
okay,
just the broth comes out because the
how does it do it though?
The spout is at the bottom, and the fat flows to the top, so it just like comes out.
Interesting.
I'm glad that I didn't go any further with that demonstration. That could have gotten real slippery.
Because I've always wondered what that is. I've heard some of the barbecue guys that talk on, or I listen to. Watch on YouTube.
Do you need to eat some chicken?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat now. Anyways, they talk about that and I didn't know what it was.
Do we need to ask for one for Christmas?
I don't know about that.
A spoon also works.
So,
like, you can just like use a spoon on the top, kind of ladle it out.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, that's day 2 of Christmas here in the Frey house. I'm gonna turn the music back on. Okay, look at this. If that doesn't make you hungry, I'm not quite sure what will. That looks so good. And it looks really fancy.
But I wanted to show you guys something. Or rather someone. How cute. Okay, I thought you guys would get a kick out of this. I mean, I don't know, it's cracking me up, so I thought I'd tell you. I was just talking to my friend Jerry Ann, and she just got a port, and she's getting ready to get it accessed for the first time. And I was like trying to think of like any words of wisdom or experience. And I was basically just like, my hope would be that the person will just brace it and stretch the skin and stick it in. So then I had to make it into a song. Brace the skin, wait, what was it? Brace it and stretch the skin and stick it in. So there's my new port song for you. We just got back from I like to call it a hike, which means for me, a hike is anything that is a walk that is not in our neighborhood. We really went for a walk on a paved pathway around a little pond. I think it's 1.5 miles or maybe 2 miles. And we got back, the broth was done. I strained it. I just kind of put this strainer in the bowl and then poured the broth over the strainer. And I just started water and chopped up a couple of potatoes to make some mashed potatoes. And yeah, the last few years, I would say, yeah, the last maybe 2 years, I've been enjoying making bone broth. And I like it because, one, it reuses the carcass and makes something out of the carcass after a roasted chicken, or when Peter smoked a turkey, then I made bone broth out of that. And I just enjoy the using and reusing and making more food out of it. And then also I just love having the broth homemade. I loved it when, well, I didn't love it when Ollie was sick, but I loved how when Ollie was sick and the vet recommended for a few days that he should be on rice and chicken broth, I had homemade bone broth that I could use for him. And P.S., it worked. His stomach got all better. This was months ago. And anyway, yeah, so tonight I'm gonna use it for making gravy, because we're gonna have chicken and gravy and mashed potatoes. Peter's gonna make some, what's it called? Cranberry sauce. And I'll probably do some of my frozen Maryland corn. Yeah, sounds really good. Tomorrow it's gonna be rainy out, and so I'm getting excited thinking about making some sort of a rainy day food. Maybe I'll just make, actually, maybe I'll just make chicken soup, because I'll have chicken left over and I have this broth. I'll probably just put the broth in a couple of these half-gallon, this is a half-gallon mason jar, and put it in the refrigerator, and then tomorrow I can just pour it in a pot and make some soup, put the chicken in, some egg noodles, spätzles probably. Yes. All right, I strained the rest of it, and I decided to go ahead and put the carcass and the bones and all that back in the Instant Pot. Put not as much water, probably half as much or a third of the water that I did the first time, so just to see if I can get some more broth out of it. Why not? I mean, if it's really light colored, then it won't be very flavorful, but sometimes I still use that. I'll combine, like in the freezer, I'll have a whole bunch of bags of broth, and one will be really dark and rich, and then the other will be really light, and I'll just use one of each for a pot of soup, and I figure it's worth it. It's worth it to just try it again. Just put it back in there. I forget who I was watching, maybe the family who lives in Alaska. I love watching their cooking videos. And I think it was them, they were making bone broth, and they were like, you'll know that it's good when after you boil it, the bones like disintegrate. And I've had that happen before, and I think Peter was joking with me, like, you boiled them so much, they're disintegrating. But then when I saw that in the video, I was like, yes, I'm not crazy. So I figure it's worth a try. Peter's getting ready to make the cranberry sauce, and I am so excited because cranberries make the most incredible popping sound when you cook them. So these are just frozen. Ah, oh, that is so therapeutic. Beautiful. Yeah, Harry? Really?
Fall is in the air.
Our dinner's almost ready. And I just realized what time it is.
It's 3:20.
3:20 in the afternoon.
Hey, there's no rules, like we said before. Throw out the handbook and embrace life today.
Eat when you're hungry, cook when you can.
That's right.
Yeah. It's too early. No, it's not. Vlogger fail of the day goes to Peter. It goes to Peter.
Harry's upset with me.
He didn't catch it. He didn't film it when it was popping.
So the skin of the cranberries, like, as they boil, they crack open and it goes.
Yes, that. All right. I'm doing the mashed potatoes.
Exciting things are here. Exciting things are happening. Right.
And we ended with homemade apple crisp and vanilla ice cream.
So good.
It was really good. Okay, we have epic plans for tonight.
Epic. We're bringing the card table down to the living room.
And we're doing a puzzle. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's go get it. Oh, looky there. What do I see? I see a bonesy. Oh, who do I see? I see a bonesy. And a tiny Jimmy. Hello. 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 Oh, of course I'll rub your belly. We had a nice long walk today. Okay, battery's dying, as always.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night! Ollie, can you come say good night? Good night!